Hello everyone, this is Callie Teegardin and I want to welcome you to our SOC WOW Team Training Call. This is a new distributor training. I am hosting these now once a month. We will be recording them and doing them on Facebook Live on our SOC WOW team page. So let's get started and get you started in your business. So I'm going to go and share my screen with you. And we're going to get started. So welcome to our SOC WOW new distributor training. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Callie Teegardin, and I joined SendOutCards just over 8 years ago on July 1st, 2009. To tell you a little bit about my story, I got started in this profession because I was looking for something. You see, I thought I had done it all right. I went to college. I actually went to the University of Notre Dame, got a great education, and then went into the corporate world. Spent part of my career in the corporate world until one day I woke up miserable, absolutely miserable in the corporate world. And it wasn't so much my job, it was that my boss and my company owned my life. I was spending 70% of my time on the road, and I knew the next 35 years of that was so not an option for me. So I was looking for something. And that's when I found this profession. So I started, actually, my journey started with another company. I got started in that company. And a few years into that company, and I got started part-time, but a few years into that company, I was looking for a way to stay in touch with my clients, to do birthday thank you and holiday cards. I knew the importance of them, but working a business part-time, I also knew I needed to spend time in money-making activity. And so I had this great idea that I would go out and hire my neighbor's mom to do my birthday thank you and holiday cards, because I knew the importance of it in maintaining my relationships with my clients. One day I got a call from my girlfriend, who was also my client, and said, "I got your birthday card." I'm like, "Awesome." She's like, "That wasn't your handwriting." And she said it in that exact voice. And in that moment, I realized I was trying to do something good, but it wasn't coming off. Well, a few months later, I met my sponsor in SendOutCards. She told me all about SendOutCards, and I didn't get it until I got that first card in the mail. And when I did, I was hooked. I went onto our website, I sent a sample card, and fell in love. And I knew it was the answer to making my life easier, to staying in touch. And then I looked at the business opportunity to send out cards, and what I saw was an Amazon of a greeting card and gifting world, a company that was truly changing their industry and this profession, and I knew I had to be part of it. I really wasn't looking for anything else, because at that time I was still working full-time. I was building my other business on the side, trying to build that into my full-time income, and I was married and helping my husband in his businesses on the weekends. But I just couldn't get out of me. I knew people would ask me about this, so I decided to get started as a distributor. I knew I would share it with a few people and figured that would be it, but it was gnawing in the back of my mind. And now, 8 years later, this is all I do. This ended up becoming my main business that I do now. I'm an executive with the company. I've been honored with different things, one of the top 15 income earners. So I want to welcome you to our SendOutCards WOW team. This is an amazing business. It's given me the life of my choice now. I didn't like corporate because a boss and company owned my life, and with SendOutCards, I get to choose how, when, and where I work and play. And so this new training is started to get you started right, but continue you into activity that can lead to whatever you want out of this business. So welcome aboard, and let's dive into the training. So I want to start with our WOW team philosophy. So welcome to our team, as I mentioned, and the WOW team to SendOutCards. We are a vibrant group of distributors. We come from varied backgrounds, varied cultures, but we are one team, and we're all come together because we're dedicated to helping others live the lives of their dreams, and that's so important. What my dream is may be very different than your dream, but I want you to live the life of your dream, and I'm here to help you to do that. I love this business because together we truly can achieve more. It's all about a leveraged win win-win. And I have a team philosophy that if you need help, just raise your hand. I don't know if you need help unless you ask. I'm not one who's going to bug you and say, did you do this? I'm not a micromanager. And your sponsor, if I'm not your sponsor, but someone else on the team is, they're probably not either. So if you need help, raise your hand. We are here to help you. That's how this business builds, but there aren't any questions that we're too busy to answer. So raise your hand and we would love to help you. So one of the best resources, if you have not joined yet, is our team page. It's the SOC WOW team on Facebook, so you can search that, or if you go to that link, www.wowteampage.com, it will redirect to our team page. And why do I recommend being part of our team page? Well, it's a community of like-minded people, right? We all have vibrant group of distributors, but we're like-minded. It's a place to celebrate our wins and celebrate each other. If someone says something, please respond on it. Communicate. Stay informed of our team happenings. We have weekly calls. We have these monthly training calls. There's a ton of resources out there. We also, up on this pinned post, there's important info. So if you look where my name is, there is a pinned post and it has all the important things. Direct your new team members of that. And speaking of new team members, make sure to add your new distributors as they join SendOutCards. Now, this is a page for distributors only. It's not for your customers. It's not for your prospects, but distributors, so we can talk freely, talk about the comp plan and things like that. So make sure to join our WOW team on Facebook. And if you're not on Facebook, I'm going to recommend getting on, because in today's day of technology, it's a great way to plug in with people you know. You can use it to build this business, but also stay on top of what's going on in the team. Now, there's 4 types of people who come on to SendOutCards. You're a 1 if you simply want to be a customer. And if you're a distributor, then you're a 2, 3, or 4. And so I'm going to ask you right now, which one are you? Are you a 2, a referral partner? That means you got started as a distributor because you'd like to earn a little bit of money, enough money to cover your marketing expense if you're using this in a business, or just to get your money back from getting started. We call that a referral partner. You're going to refer this to a couple people. You're a 3 if you want to earn money working part-time. So maybe you love what you do, but you just want to create an additional stream of income in your household working part-time. And you're a 4 if you want to replace your current income. So you want to build this into your full-time income. Now, we love 1, 2, 3s, and 4s, all of them. This training is really designed for any distributor, but when I talk about daily activity, if you're going to want to earn money working part-time, this is really designed for you. The referral partner, as you move into that, if you want to. And then if your goal is to replace your current income, most of you are going to start and do this part-time. Know that we're going to talk part-time, but as you go full-time, you want to increase that amount of activity. So I always like to start with, what's your why? Why did you get started in this business? And so my first question is, and I'd love for you to write this down, and if you haven't, you can share it with your sponsor, but how much money per month would you like to make in SendOutCards? Again, I'd like to write that down. So how much money per month would you like to make with your SendOutCards business? Now, the second question is, how many months are you willing to work to make that per month in SendOutCards? So if you want to make $1,000 a month, are you willing to go to work part-time over the next 12 months to do that, to create a residual income? Is your number $2,000 a month? Is it $5,000 a month? Most people, right, can replace an income in this business. This is not a guarantee of income, but if you do consistent activity, typically we hear 3 to 5 years. So if you're looking to build this into a full-time, are you willing to build this business part-time over the next 3 to 5 years? Some people will move faster, some people will move slower. Again, it all based on the activity and the activity of your team. So if you were making that number that you wrote down, if it's an extra 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 a month, what would change in your life? Because that's what I really want you to get to. What changes in your life? Are you able to quit your job? Are you able to take your family on the vacation they've always dreamed of? Are you able to pay off your debt or your house? If you are able to pay off debt or house, what does that do for you? How does that make you feel? What is it that you're looking for? Are you looking just to get a car payment out of this, right? Everyone's why is different. Your why is not mine. Mine was to quit my full-time job so I'd have more freedom in my life. And I actually, when I was asked how many months I was willing to do that, it was as many as it would take, because really that was my dream and desire. So what changes in your life? I want you to hold close. We are going to go on, but I do want you to spend some time dreaming. Dream big, what you want your life to look like. If you could have everything you wanted, what would it be, right? What do you want this business to do for you and your family? And that's something important and to hold on to, because there's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days, like anything else we are in our life. And go back to your why on that bad day. And as Jordan Adler, our #1 income earner, says, he says, never quit on a bad day. And it's your why that helps you, remind you why you're in business. So let's go on. So first steps, if you are brand new to SendOutCards, you have a personalized SendOutCards website at www.sendoutcards.com/your ID. So if you don't know that, I'm going to show you how you can find that or change it. But if you've been in the business for a while, I do not recommend changing it. Also, what is your distributor number? I'm going to show you how to find that. So let's go in and I'll show you how to find these items. So this is our SendOutCards website. We're actually in Steve Schultz's account. I'm going to move down the screen here in case you can't see it. You'll see Steve's name right here. And then in this gray area, the top line, it would say distributor number and it would give your number. You want that number, one, if you're calling customer service, or if you're talking to someone and they download the app, they can enter your number to send a free card, and that ties them to you. Now, to check out your website, where it says account settings right above the orange sign up button, you would click on that, and then it would take you into personal information. But if you go down to personal website information, you can click on that and it's going to show your personalized URL. It might show a number, it might, whatever your username is typically what it shows. Mine is free to do. So different people have different ones, but that's where you can change it. It's got your email, and then down here at the bottom, you can enable your gift accounts. And a gift account is, remember when I said I was looking at it, I went on the website and sent out a free card? Well, that's a gift account. So on this example, it has 6 points. So that's 2 greeting cards, 3 points. And it says 94. This is an old slide. That should say 98 cents because a standard stamp is 49 cents right now. The number of gift accounts allowed, I set it at least at 100, and lifetime days, I have mine set at 30. And then you can go preview your site. So why do you want to know your marketing website? Well, when someone says, I want to sign up, they can go to sendoutcards.com/your ID and sign up and join. If someone wanted to send a free card from the computer, that's where you would send them as well. So we'll show you a little bit later how to share the app and let them send a free card from the app. Another important thing, that customer service number, program that into your cell phone, 801-463-3800. We have an amazing customer service team. If you ever need anything, help with your account or technical, outside of like your business building activity, customer service is great for that. And you can reach out to them. You also want to set up your direct deposit form. It takes longer to get your checks, plus there's a small fee. So as a distributor, I recommend setting up the direct deposit. If you go into the website, you can go to companies and then look for downloads, and you'll find the direct deposit form. Plus, if you signed up with any of our bundles, you have signatures and or handwriting included, and you can also find the handwriting form in company downloads. And then if you haven't done so, you want to download the SendOutCards, so the SOC app on your smartphone. So now let's talk about building your business and the activities to do to build your business. Now, the first thing you want to do is start building your contact list. Now, this is your most important task. I want you to make an inventory of everyone you know. Don't edit your list, right? Our job is not to pick who would be interested or who wouldn't be. Our job is to show it to everyone and let them decide. Our president of field operation talks about that if the SendOutCards business presentation was a piece of art at a museum, our job as distributors is to invite someone to take a look. So invite them to the museum, parade them past the exhibit, let them stare at it for 30 minutes or so, and then they get to decide if they like it, if they don't, if they think it's the best thing, if they want to join us. Our job is to share it. Their job is to decide. So make an inventory of everyone you know. Don't edit your list. As I always say, don't play God, right? They get to choose. Don't spend other people's money. Now, making your contact list is the easiest thing to do, but be careful because it's also the easiest thing not to do. What's the best way to make your contact list? Well, one of the best ways is to grab your cell phone and go into your contacts. How many contacts do you have on your phone? If they're important enough to be saved as a contact in your phone, aren't they important enough to show SendOutCards to? So start with your contact list. You can also go into like your Facebook account, your family, friends, also LinkedIn, people you work with. There's different memory joggers. But remember, this is the easiest thing to do, but also the easiest thing not to do. So if you're just getting started, I want you, as soon as you're done, or as you're watching this, actually as soon as you're done, make a list of 20 people. And over the next 3 to 4 days, I want you to expand that list from 20 to 100. And then I want you to add a few names every day, because in this business, your list is your inventory. And when you run out of people to talk to, you're out of business. But we're all meeting new people every day. So your contact list, right? What does this say? Anyone want to guess? Could it say jumping to conclusions? Most people, that's what they guess. But when I pull it off, it says lumbering, whatever, right? And most people do this with their contact list. They edit it. They look at it and say, oh, he wouldn't be interested. She doesn't have the money. Oh, I don't want them. Please don't edit your list. Don't jump to conclusions. Again, our job is to show it. And then, as I mentioned before, one of your daily activities is to continue to add to your contact on a daily basis. I was once told, add 2 people a day and it will bring freedom your way. 2 people a day and it will bring freedom your way. And how are you meeting new contacts? Well, if you're out at events, you can add the name. It doesn't mean you have to prospect them right there. If the opportunity arises, of course, but add their name, get their contact info, meet new friends on Facebook. You can go and see your friends and who are their friends and do they know people. You can join groups. There's lots and lots of ways. And if you run out of contacts, that's something we talk about. Come to me, come to the person that is your upline, and we can find ways to add to your list on a daily basis. Now, let's talk about the building blocks of success. This is any of you that I have trained or have talked to, this is really the consistent daily activity to create success in your business. This is small chunks that you do on a daily basis that can make huge waves over time. And so the first block, building block of success, is block your time. So you want to spend time every day inviting people to look at send out cards. That's why the list is the very first thing we do. Because if you have a list of people, when that time comes to invite people, then you know you can pull out your list and start inviting. So I teach 15 minutes of inviting every day. That's your money-making activity. It's inviting people to take a look at send out cards. You can do that by picking up the phone. You can do that by using our text strategy. 15 minutes, right? I believe you can ignore something for 15 minutes. I actually recommend setting alarms. So have your phone in front of you, have the alarm in front of you, have your list, and set an alarm. Now, if you're going to invite, I recommend text, phone call, and Facebook Messenger. I don't recommend email, as I think emails are easy to ignore and avoid. Emails get lost all the time. And when I got started in this business, into the profession, I was sent an email invited to an event for my first company, and I ignored it. And then my hairdresser, who sponsored me into that company, picked up the phone and called me and said, as a favor, would you come and learn more? And I was her friend, so of course I'm going to say yes. So invite people to take a look. So 15 minutes of inviting every day. If time scares you, then pick 3 people, 5 people, but I want you to pick a time or a number that you're going to invite every day. Now, if you're building this business full-time from the get-go, or that should be more than 15. This is someone, it's building this business part-time. I believe you can find 15 minutes a day. And a day, it's the days you're working. I recommend doing this Monday through Friday, and do it consistently every day. This isn't something that on Saturday you're going to say, I'm going to spend an hour and a half inviting, because it will never happen. So it's little bit of chunks of time, day in and day out. So let's talk about how do you invite. Our most popular is our text strategy. So text 1 is, you could say, hey Mary, do you have the SendOutCards app on your phone? And then you're waiting for her to respond. And when she says, no, what is it? Or no, I don't, you can send text 2 that says, I'm going to send you the link. Load it, and then let's set up a short conversation in the next 24 to 48 hours so I can show you what it does. Excuse me. I think it's going to be really big, right? Text 1, do you have the SendOutCards app on your phone? And when they say no, I'm going to send you the link. Load it, and then let's set up a short conversation in the next 24 to 48 hours so I can show you what it does. I think it's going to be really big. Now, the whole goal of inviting is to schedule an appointment to share SendOutCards. That appointment can be in person, it can be via phone, or it can be like a conference like this, a video conference, a Zoom, through FaceTime, through Facebook Messenger video, right? Anyway, but you want to have an appointment. I was talking with another lady in SendOutCards and one of her new distributors yesterday, and the lady has been sending the app, but not having an appointment to show it. If you just send the app, it's going to go, even if the person's interested, 98 out of 100 times it's going to go on their to-do list, and time's going to pass and they're still not going to do it. I have something in my inbox from October that a gentleman asked me to do, but because he never closed me to an appointment or a time to get back with him, it still hasn't been done. It's not that I don't want to do it, it's just I get busy. So our job, why SendOutCards pays us, is because it's our job to share people. If all we ever had to do was send out a link, and then SendOutCards corporate could do that, they wouldn't need it. So remember, your goal of inviting is schedule an appointment to show SendOutCards. And again, that can be in person, it can be via the phone, or it can be through some video conference like Zoom, like Skype, like FaceTime, or something like that. So then the second building blocks of success, and there's only 3, is what I call fill in the block. So what it means is you want to do one presentation every day. That's money-making activity. So I'm going to show you next what an ideal presentation is. Now know that sometimes this presentation may be broken down into different times because of the time you and that person has. But in an ideal world, how to present send out cards. One is tell how and why you got started, right? It's a 2-minute story. Step 2, you want to show the 6-minute opportunity video. Step 3, you're going to demo the product on the app or the website. Step 4, you're going to show them the ways to get started. And step 5, you're going to get them started and or close them to the next step. So I'm going to break down these 5 steps now. So step 1, tell how and why you got started. So there's really 4 pieces in your how and why story. One is your background. So I had mentioned that I had gone into corporate America. I have a Notre Dame education and I went into corporate America. So when I got started, right, into the profession, I'm going to share that story because most of you are new. I didn't have any success yet, but I would say I got started in this business because I'm a college graduate. I went to the University of Notre Dame. I've gone into the corporate world. And what I've realized is my boss and my company owned my life. I'm spending 70% of my time on the road and I have 12 days of vacation. And you know, I realized that the next 35 years of this is so not an option for me. So I was looking for something and I found this business and I knew it was the answer to my prayers. And so I am so excited because I can build this business part-time alongside my full-time job. And I believe and know this business is going to get me out of the corporate world. So I'm really excited about the future and being able to control my life and my destiny. So you don't have to already have success in this business. It's how do you feel about the future? Why did you get started? And it's so important to tell your how and why story with everyone you meet because they're going to relate to your story. I know when I got started in this profession that it was the lady that was presenting. She was getting ready to quit her job as a hairdresser to go full-time into the business, and I got it. Right then and there, I realized that it could do that for me too. I related to her story, so it was a lot more in tune with the presentation. So make sure to start with your how and why story. Step 2 is have them watch the 6-minute opportunity video. Now, for some of you that are watching this, this may be a new way. I will tell you, this is what we used to do. We went away from it, but we just had the fastest executive promote in the company. 3.5 months she did it. Her name is Kristen Leitz, and she is actually on our WOW team. And I showed her the video because she was in Arizona and I was in Texas. And when I went out and visited her to see what her team were doing, this is how they started. And I realized I had been complicating things. So now when I sit down with someone, if it's via video conference, in person, or the phone, I actually will have them, or if we're live, I'll pull out my phone and I will go to www.socwowvideo.com and have them watch that video. Now, if we're meeting via the phone, I may even ask them to watch it before we meet because then we can do the next step. But first thing you want to do after they know your how and why story is have them go and watch this 6-minute video. This 6-minute video can do what it might take you 30 minutes to explain in 6 minutes. So it really leverages our time. Plus it's very duplicatable because anyone can click play. So then step 3 is demo the app. Have the person you're sharing the app with download the app on their phone if they haven't already done so. And the best way to share the app is go into your account and click on it. And from there, you can share SendOutCards. And it's going to pull up where you can send it via message or Facebook Messenger. And here's what the link, and that link is unique to you. Now you can go into your contacts and type in their name, and it's going to pull it up. And then you can hit send. They'll get it. They can touch it on it. It'll take them into the App Store or the Google Play Store, and they can get, and when they do, they now have the app on their phone, and because you shared it with them out of your account, they're attached to you. Now, if they've already gotten excited and they download the app before you shared it, when they go to, they can either log in or send a free card, and they can click a send a free card. It's going to ask them for a sponsor ID number. Have them enter your distributor number, and that attaches them as well. So have them, now that the app is on their phone, have them send a card to one of their clients if they're in business, to a family member, to a friend. If they're married, I usually will have them send it to their husband or wife or one of their kids because they know the address. You want them to go through the process because this is what connects the head to the heart. This is what got it for me when I actually sent in the card. When people told me about it, I did not get it. 2 people actually told me about SendOutCards before I sent my first card. I think that first person probably wishes they would have had me send a card. They just told me about it, and I had no idea what they were talking about. And then extra credit, make sure, if you haven't already done so, to send them a card. I was actually meeting with a prospect earlier today, and when we had first met, when I met him, I sent him, we took a selfie, I put it on the front of the card, sent him a message with a 2-pack of brownies. It came to the office, and one of his colleagues said, "Oh wow, that's SendOutCards. I sat down with someone, they told me all about it and want me to join, but they've never sent me a card. I can't believe your person sent a card and brownies," right? So why not? We have to be a product of our product. If you're not sending your prospects cards, do you think they're going to send cards to their family members, clients? So be a product of a product. Make sure to get that extra credit and send that person a card. Now, if you're not familiar on how to send a card from an iPhone or an Android, I'm an iPhone user, so Android I had to get familiar with. Whatever device you have, practice sending some cards from your phone so you understand that. And then 2, watch the tutorials under Company. Up here under Company, you can go in Tutorials, and if you scroll down, you'll see there's a tutorial on the iOS app and the Android app. So if I know the iPhone and I want to learn the Android app, they're not a lot different, they're just a little. Go watch the tutorial. It'll make you familiar with both. Now, they've sent a card. So step 4 is ways to get started. The easiest way is a video. I recorded a video. It's at www.socplansandpackages.com. I realized that I was walking everyone through our plans and packages sheet, and people were like, I can't do that. So I have recorded, it's a 10-minute video that you can have someone watch, or if you're comfortable, you can actually use the plans and packages form. You can print it in from company downloads. It's called Plans and Packages, or you can play the video and have that available. We also have a paper application, so you can use that as well. I like the Plans and Packages because it does show the business side on the back, but I do have both. If you're not familiar with our plans and packages, you can also watch this SocPlansandPackages.com, but it's an easy way to show someone the pricing. And again, all you have to do is click play. From there, you can ask the person if they're a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4. And you could say, if you were going to get started today, do you see yourself as a 1 as a customer, 2 a referral partner, 3 you want to earn money working part-time, or 4 you want to replace your current income? And then be quiet and let them answer. Once you know that, then you're going to close, right? You're going to go to close. And I know close could sound scary. It's not pushy. You can say, you know what, I want to ask you from 1 to 10 because I want to know where you're at with this. And a 1 being never to talk to me about SendOutCards again. And 10, I've got my credit card in hand. I'm ready to get started. Where are you? And so if they say they're a 1, thank them for their time. If they say they're a 10, stop talking and sign them up, right? You don't have to convince them anymore. They're ready. get them going. And if they're a 2 through 9, there's some follow-up questions. Now, if they're a 10 and they have sent a free card, log in on the phone or on their computer with that username and password they set and upgrade their account. If they haven't signed up yet, if they don't have that gift account, then you can take them to sendoutcards.com/your-ID, click join, and they can click the package. If you're not sure how to sign someone up, get your sponsor on the line. They signed you up, so we know they've signed at least one person, and they can help you walk you through signing up that first person if they're not with you. And then if the person says they're a 2 through 9, 2 follow-up questions I'd like you to ask. First is, what additional information do you need to become a 10? Or something, okay, Mary, you're a 3. You're chewing on a lot. What other information do you need to help move you closer to a 10? And then stop talking and let them answer question 1 before moving to the next question. And the second question is, what do you really like about SendOutCards? Well, I like the ease of use. I like that I could share it. Let them answer. Now remember that we're going to come back to what do we do if they're a 2 through 9 in just a second. But I want to close out this little section on building blocks of success and filling in the block. Now, when you've shown someone SendOutCards, the product and the business side, then you get to add their name into the block. And if you're on our team page, SOC Wow Team Facebook page, up in the upper left, you'll see something that's called Files. Click on there and you will find the block tracking sheet with instructions. But every time that you show someone SendOutCards, you put their name in the block. So on 9/23, I showed Rhonda SendOutCards. And then I circled which one she was interested, her first thought. MD stands for distributor. We used to call it marketing distributor, and so that's what that stands for. C is for customer, and NI means they're not interested. So their name, the date, and then which one they're interested in. And then as you show the next person, so you can see on this, I showed Rhonda on 9/23, I showed Mason on 9/23, I showed Brighton on 9/29, I showed Will on 10/1, and then I showed Sean on 10/1. Now, you'll see Sean is colored in a full block. That means he got started as a distributor. His start date is that red 10/13/15. He was a 2, meaning he wanted to be a referral partner, and so he got started. He started 12 days after I showed him. That's pretty quick. Some people will start immediately. Some takes 3 months, 6 months. It's all about timing. And then you'll see Brighton and Thomas, they were customers, and so that's why their blocks are half filled in. Now, when do you fill in a block? Anytime you present to someone new. A presentation could be someone watching the 6-minute opportunity video. It talks about the product and it talks about the business. It could be maybe they didn't see the video and you had them send a card and then you showed them the plans and packages video, or you walked them through the plans and packages, including how they can make money and send out cards. Well, then you could put their name in the back block. Or maybe you invited them to a live meeting or one of our business presentation webinars. If that was their first, because again, we talk about the product, we talk about the business, you can put their name in the block. So there's not exactly one way to show it, but what I've shown you is the best way I recommend on showing a new person. So one of the things I want you to think about, if we go back to that museum, right, and our job is to get someone to the museum to stare at the business presentation, the reason the blocks is powerful is because success is when you put a name in the block. Our job is to show it. So every time you put a name in the block, you can celebrate that you were successful. You'll see right here, typically when you get started, you don't know what your numbers are, but a profession average is 1 out of 10 people will become a distributor, and 2 to 3 to maybe 4 will become customers. So 2 became customers, 1 became distributors. But I didn't know which one of those 10 was going to become a distributor. I needed to celebrate every time I showed it because I did my job. Now, some people are going to close a lot more, especially when you get started. You could have, a lot of people you could join, some don't. Over time, you will know what your numbers are. So I want you to set a goal of filling in 1 block per day and 5 blocks per week. So if you're going to show it Monday through Friday, that's 1 a day. And then do that 4 weeks per month. Well, then you do 20 blocks per month. If you do that over the next 3 to 5 years, what if you did that for 4 years, 1 person a day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month? That would be 948 months. So 960 people that you show over the next 4 years. Now that's a big number, but it doesn't seem so big. Now this is no guarantee of income, but I did have a gentleman, a top earner, once told me if I could go and show SendOutCards to 1,000 people over a long period of time, over 3 to 5 years, I would have a good shot, not guaranteed, but a good shot of replacing my income. And so I wanted to break it down because people before that told me, oh, it takes 3 to 5 years, but what's the activity? This is the activity that it takes. And again, this is part-time. You could have someone watch the 6-minute video and you've filled in the block. So now the fortunes in the follow-up. Let's go back to those people that are a 2 through 9. Know that most people don't sign up right on the spot. Most people will need 3 to 5 exposures to make a decision. And so we have an event cycle, right? You have a one-on-one meeting. That could lead to an in-home business presentation or a webinar, which can lead to a large group presentation, training recognition, road tours, or regional events, and national and international events. So let's talk about different things that we use. So we use the 6-minute video, we use the app, we use the plans and packages videos. There's 3 exposures. We've said we need to send them a card, so that could be exposure, right? That was the big exposure for me to get me to look. We can also invite them to a business presentation. So you may, in your area, have live meetings. We do live meetings here in Houston, but I also do a weekly webinar for my team, a business presentation. It is on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. most of the time. If there's a holiday or different, it may change, but I post those in our team with a special guest every week. And those are 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Mountain, 6:30 Pacific. I do set them up as a Facebook event, so you can go into Facebook and invite people. And to attend the event is socbizprez.com. Now, maybe it's Thursday and you don't want to wait a week, and I don't recommend waiting a week. Maybe you have someone that's a 9 and they want a little more information. Well, you can go to my YouTube channel and go find a webinar replay, or ask me, tell me what they do. I've had real estate agents and loan officers and insurance agents and all kinds of different people that are building SendOutCards, so there might be one that resonates with your prospect. You can join and get these videos on my YouTube channel. If you go to SOCopportunity.com, it will redirect. Now, in every webinar I do redirect the person back to the person who invited them, because those are your prospects. Now, what other tools can you use? A 3-way phone call or Zoom meeting like this with your sponsor or upline. Those are really powerful. We've been doing them in phone in the past, but I'm liking doing Zoom. I did 2 in the last week and a half with some other team members. So ask your upline if they're available to do 3-way call. And edification is key to this process. And what does that mean? Well, when you get on the phone or on a Zoom line, you're going to edify the person, your sponsor or your upline. Tell your prospect who they are and why you wanted them on. Give them some successes. And then if I was on with you, I'm also going to edify you and tell that person why they want to join the business. Typically, I'm going to share a little bit about my story, ask them what they see or what they like, if they have any questions, and then my job or your upline's job is help you close them and get them started. The other fortunes in the follow-up are bigger events. So our road tours with our President of Field Operations, Steve Schultz, our Promptings Academies that happen several times a year across the country, and our annual convention, the next one being in April of 2018. You can find out about these events at Company Upcoming Events. So know that the fortune is truly in the follow-up. This business is all about timing, not your timing, but your prospects. So you want to stay in touch with people. Follow up with cards. We truly do have the best prospecting system and follow-up system in the world. Follow up with good news. So if you've got an event in your area, follow up, invite the person. Follow up with an invitation. Good news could also be something we've enhanced in SendOutCards. And when you get a positive signals, your next steps, let's get you going. I have people that I showed this business 2, 3, even 4 years before, and they come back because I've stayed in touch, I followed up with them, and when timing's right, they remember me and they join my business. Another thing of being committed to taking as long as it takes to meeting your goals, because people want to know. And if you've been in it for 3 years and you're having success, they're like, wow, I should have gotten started 3 years ago. Maybe I should do this. So truly, your fortune is in the follow-up. So now let's talk about building block of success number 3. This is the last one, and it's block the negativity, right? There are so many things that are negative in our lives. You're going to have people that are going to tell you it doesn't work. They think they're just protecting you. Believe me, it does work. If you go to work, it does work. So I want you to dream big in this business. I want you to dream and know it's possible. And so there's 2 really things I want you to do on a daily basis. This is 7 days a week, a daily basis. So the first one is I want you to send a heartfelt card per day. I want you to go onto your app or the SendOutCards website, and I want you to send a card to someone just reaching out in kindness, just because. You're not selling SendOutCards. You're just saying thank you or hello. I actually sent a card out to a team member today that recently had surgery, and I'd already sent her a card on that, but she was on my mind this morning, so I went out and sent a heartfelt card per day. Those cards are going to change you. It's going to change them. If you have that prompting, you should send someone a card. Do it, right? They need to hear from you. And then once a week, add a gift. Our most famous being those 2-pack of brownies. So a heartfelt card a day and a gift per week, every single day. It should only take you a couple of minutes. I want you to make that part of your daily habits. And then second, I want you to plug into one thing every day that puts you into a positive mindset. And there are so many different things to plug into. So one option is training calls or webinars. So plugging into this webinar, well, this is where you plugged in today. Personal development, so it could be reading a personal development book or listening to an audio book. I know when I worked full-time and I commuted in the morning, I listened to audios on my way to work. It was about a 30-minute drive. It was perfect. The other way you can plug in, and one of the best ways, is live events. Now, we don't have live events every day, but when you do, you want to plug into those. So training calls or webinars, I do a weekly mastermind, our SOC WOW team call. It's Mondays at 5:45 p.m. Central Time. We do it on the Zoom. It's a lot of fun. It's 30 minutes, and we have different topics. So check into our WOW team page to find out that information. We also have a SendOutCards leadership call. This is done with our President of Field Operations, Steve Schultz. It's Mondays at 7 p.m. Our corporate also has an official SendOutCards Facebook page that you can also plug in, or ask your sponsor to add you into that group. And then our upline, a little bit up, is our #1 SendOutCards income earner, Jordan Adler. He has a team page. He does a Monday night call as well, but he has a team page at www.thecoolbuzz.com, and he does replays. His calls are usually about 20 minutes. So if I'm going to be in the car and I know I'm going to be driving for the next 25 minutes before I start driving, I'm going to pull up one of his replays and listen to it, right? Another great way to plug in. So all of these calls are also recorded, my team calls, so if you can't be on something live, you've got them. Go back and listen. Plug in to one thing a day. So it could be one of these calls. It could be a personal development book or audios. These are some recommendations that are in our gifting. Beach Money, written by Jordan Adler, our #1 income earner. Yes, sometimes it's about the money, by Steve Schultz, our President of Field Operations. Cody Bateman, our CEO, wrote MLM Blueprint. He also wrote the book Promptings. Both of those books are amazing. And then Jules Price, she's an executive in the company, a top 15 income earner, wrote the book Secrets from the Sock Drawer. So if you're going to read or listen to audio, spend at least 15 minutes if this is your choice on a given day, and mix it up. So you could read 3 days a week, and then the other days you might be plugging into different calls or replays of calls. It's your choice. And then when you've got them, plug in. This is so important. Attend the events, right? If you've got local meetings in your area, you want to plug in there, but also the big events, the road tours that come to your city with Steve Schultz or anywhere close to you. Get in the car, take a car full of people. Spending time with top earners in this business can literally change your business. I was on a mindset call the other night, and the first time I met Steve, I got to take him back to the airport when he came into Houston, and he'd asked me where I went to college, and I said Notre Dame, and he said, Callie, when you get up and tell your story, why don't you just say, I went to Notre Dame and I choose network marketing, enough said. And in that moment, I realized I wasn't comfortable saying both, right? Huge aha moment and breakthrough. That's why you want to attend events. You never know what's going to be said or who you're going to spend time with that can literally change your business. So Promptings Academies, these are done by our CEO, Cody Bateman. Amazing personal development, mindset, and relationship marketing. I'm recording this in July of 2017, and Cody is coming to Houston, my city, on July 29th, 2017. Growthbygratitude.com if you're local and it hasn't already passed. And then our annual convention, that is in the spring of 2018. Commit today to going that. If you're serious about this business, get your ticket. And we have discounted tickets as a team. Executive Willie Diefenbach-Jones and I committed that our team would have 50 people there. And by doing that and committing to that, we have a discount code where you can get $50 off the price of convention ticket. So reach out to me, reach out to her, and we can get you those convention codes. So a couple last things. Become persistent at being consistent and watch your business grow. I think that's so important. I believe you don't get into something to test the waters. You go into things to make waves. So make waves in your business. And last, we're going to talk about setting goals. It's so important to set goals. Set a goal date when you get started for your manager promotion. That's the first goal in SendOutCards, is to get to manager and share that date with your sponsor. Now, you can move as fast or as slow as you want. We've had a person go manager in less than 24 hours. We've had people that have taken a lot longer. Know that it doesn't have to take a lot of time. And by setting that date, you're putting things into action. So remember, a goal is a target. It's something to shoot for. And those who write down their goals are more likely to succeed. So after watching this, I want you to send a goal date of manager. If you're a distributor just getting started, send a text to your sponsor and let them know your goal date for a manager. If you're already a manager, senior manager, executive, and you're watching this, I want you to also send your sponsor, your upline, a goal date for your next promotion. Commit to it and put it in writing. Now, setting goals. We all have dashboards. This is a brand new distributor's dashboard. It allows you to see if you are qualified. We actually have a 4 as well there. If you don't know, your sponsor can help you with this, but also when you scroll down that, it'll tell you your rank. So this is someone who just got to started. They're going for managers. But if you click on each of those 3 where it says at least 3 personally sponsored, rank qualified, it'll actually show you where you're at. So this person has personally sponsored 1 of 3 distributors. They have 31 of their 124 in personal and customer volume. So they have themselves, and they have 226 of the $1,200 of volume required to promote. So let's talk about promoting to manager, since that's the first goal. So I'm going to kind of use a perfect world scenario, but your sponsor can help you with this. I can help you with this. I love helping people promote. So your manager, now know that in your first 30 days, if you go out and get 3 preferred customers, 3 of those $39 customers, you can get a $50 fast start bonus. Now, no, it doesn't have to take you 30 days, and it doesn't have to take you 30 days to get to managers. You just have 30 days to do that, which is plenty of time. Now, let's say you go out and sell our $395 marketing bundles, and you go out and you sell one. Well, as the sponsor, you make a $140 commission, and you can sell as many marketing bundles as you choose, and you'll make $140 for every marketing bundle you sell. Now, let's say these 3 people also became distributors. So they added the $50 distributor option. Well, now you have 3 marketing bundles with distributors, and the $50 from the 3 preferred customers, you've made $470. And those marketing bundles, you make the $140 regardless if they're a customer or distributor, because we pay off the bundle. But if you have 3 marketing bundles and those 3 are distributors and you have 3 preferred customers, well, you'll promote to the level of manager. Now, it doesn't have to be done exactly like that. That's why I wanted to show your dashboard and you can see your progress. Work with your sponsor and have them help you. If you guys need help, again, I love this. Now, promoting to senior manager. Once you're a manager, the next thing you want to do is go promote to senior manager. And when you're a manager, what's really cool is you get paid more for doing the exact same thing. So now, as a manager, if you go sponsor a marketing bundle and you have your customer requirement of $124 in personal customer volume, you still make that $140 bonus, but you also make $100 leadership bonus. So for up to $240 for every marketing bundle you personally sell. And again, you can sell as many as you choose and you'll get paid that $240. But here's where it gets really exciting. Let's say those 3 marketing bundles became distributors and they went out and shared SendOutCards and they went out and sold a marketing bundle. Well, you will make $100 for every single marketing bundle sold in your manager organization. And that bonus is paid to an unlimited number of levels. To qualify, you just got to make sure you have your $124 in personal and customer volume. Make sure that circle on top of your dashboard is green. And again, you get paid to an unlimited number of levels. Now, know if a business bundle is sold, you make double. And if a personal bundle is sold, you make half. So that's the getting started. We also have a residual income, and I'm going to show you a perfect world. This is no guarantee of income. This is a perfect world. It's not going to build like this. But if you go teach 3 to find 3 who find 3 who find 3, you will have 3,259 people in your organization. And if each person just had themselves and 3 preferred customers, well, that would be $16,267 per month in residual income. And if you did that same thing in your manager code, well, that's $36,597 per month. Now, no, it's never going to build like this, right? We don't live in a perfect world. Some people are going to do more. Some people are going to do less. And face it, some people are going to do absolutely nothing. But what if only a fraction, 10% of this occurred? What if, right, instead of 10% and it was $1,600 and $3,600 per month, that's still over $5,000 per month in residual income. Again, not guaranteed based on the work that you do in your team, but how would that change your life? What could you do that you're currently not doing? Once you go back to that why are you building this business? There is opportunity here, but to make money, you have to do work. You have to share it. But really, you can go out and build something amazing. So remember, this is one of my favorite quotes, that desire backed by faith knows no such word as impossible. Desire backed by faith knows no such word as impossible. And faith is believing it will happen long before you can see it. And that's part of this business. Have faith, do the work, and can truly go after anything you want. So as I leave you, there's 4 things you must understand. 1, SendOutCards will happen with or without any of us, right? 2, it's a great idea. 3, understand that you must create the why. And 4, know that it's possible. And 3 things you must do. Well, you must do something on a daily basis in your business. Keep it simple. That's why we click play and use the videos, and make a commitment, right? Make a commitment to still be here in your business 1 year from today. Commit to going to convention, and commit to being consistent on a daily basis. And with that said, we are done. Thank you so much for joining our training tonight, and I look forward to interacting and seeing you on our SOC Wow Team Facebook page. Good night, and thank you. Bye.